February.
February, what the fuck on January up here? That's a minute, here we go. Let's do that one. February 19th, 2020, meeting of the Windsor Planning Commission will now come to order. Will the secretary please call the roll?
Gail Schick.
Present.
Victor Talon.
Present.
Doug Dennison.
Present.
Kelly Hall.
Present.
Jerry Bushelman.
Present.
Daniel Foreman.
Present.
Cindy Sharman. Present. David Soslowski.
Present.
First item on tonight's agenda is review of the agenda itself by the Planning Commission for any addition of items or new business to be added to the agenda.
Mr. Chair, I move we accept the agenda as written. Second.
It's been moved by Commissioner Talon, second by Commissioner Bushelman, that we accept the agenda as presented. Those in favor of the motion will vote yes. Those opposed, vote no. And motion carries unanimously. Next item is public invited to be heard. If there's anyone in the audience who has anything they wish to present to the commission tonight, now's the time to do so. There isn't anybody out there, so we'll keep moving. Next item is our consent calendar, and the consent calendar consists of the approval of the minutes of the January 15th, 2020 meeting.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the minutes as written.
Second.
And moved by Commissioner Talon, second by Commissioner Foreman, that we approve the minutes of January 16th, 2020 meeting. Those in favor of the motion will vote yes. Those opposed, vote no. The motion carries unanimously. Moving into board action items, we'll close our regular meeting, open up a public hearing for a conditional use grant for Kiger Trailhead parking area.
Mr. Chair, if I may, thank you.
Yes, Dave.
For the record, I'd like to disclose that I am a sitting member of the town board, that I'm here in my capacity as a non-voting liaison to the Planning Commission. Although I'm present during this public hearing, I will not be giving my opinion or participating in the discussion. I will not let tonight's proceeding influence or affect my review of this matter when or if it comes before the town board. I will make my decision at the town board level based solely on the evidence presented during the town board public hearing. Thank you.
Thank you. We never heard that one before. Okay. Sandy, you got the floor.
Okay. Good evening. I'm Sandy Mazzetti, Planner One. I'm here to present the Kiger CUG. So currently, right now, the town's municipal code does not allow or does not address gravel parking areas within or adjacent to natural areas. Therefore, the entire parking area would need to be paved. Approval of a conditional use grant along with the approved site plan would allow for the construction of a permanent gravel parking lot at the trailhead for Kiger Reservoir. So that's the purpose of the CUG. Okay. All right, so right here is the vicinity of where it's going to be located. It is north of State Highway 392, west of Colorado Boulevard, and south of Larimer County Road 32, also on the Weld County side, is known as Jacoby Road. The red dot indicates the approximate location of the parking area. Okay, the property is zoned O for recreation and open space. The surrounding parking areas, east, west, and south, east, west, and north are unincorporated areas of Weld County. And they're also currently undeveloped. So the site plan here shows the approximate location of the property in relation to Colorado Boulevard and the actual Kiger Trail. The Kiger Trail is currently under review by our Community Development Department. So this is an enlarged site plan. It shows 19 parking spaces, 2 of which are ADA accessible spaces. Those are the only paved areas on in the parking area because that's requirement for ADA. They are adjacent to the paved trail for easy access. Okay. The parking area, staff has reviewed the application and determined it meets the required criteria. In summary, the proposed parking area is suitable and compatible with the property and the surrounding area as described and outlined in my analysis. Okay. So, staff recommends the Planning Commission forward a recommendation of approval of the conditional use grant to the town board as presented with no expiration. Staff also requests that the following be entered into the record: the application and supplemental materials, staff memorandum and supporting documents, testimony received during the public hearing, which there's none, and the recommendation. This slide shows the approval criteria on which your approval should be based. The applicant was unable to attend tonight, so if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer anything for you.
Okay. Since this is the public hearing portion of the process, does anybody in the audience have any questions, comments? Mr. Reddick?
Move to close the public hearing.
Do you have a second on that?
Second.
It's been moved by Commissioner Talon, second by Commissioner Dennison, that we close the public hearing. Those in favor of the motion will vote yes. Those opposed, vote no. And the motion carries unanimously. We'll now close the public hearing and open our regular meeting, going on to item number 2 for recommendation to the town board for the conditional use grant. Any further information, Sandy, that you have? Any questions from the commission?
Mr. Chair, I move we forward a recommendation of approval of the conditional use grant application to the town board as presented by staff.
With no expiration date?
With no expiration date.
Okay.
Second.
It's been moved by Commissioner Talon, second by Commissioner Bushelman, that we forward a recommendation of approval of the conditional use to the town board as presented with no expiration date. Those in favor of the motion will vote yes. Those opposed, vote no. And the motion carries unanimously. Okay,
Thank you.
Communications from Planning Commission.
No communications.
Nada? Mr. Moore?
Nothing tonight.
Nothing tonight. Mr. Talon?
Just
Oh, by
one-
the way, congratulations on being grandpa again.
It's fun.
No sleep for me. Hey, just on this process here, because we're always requiring parking lots. Whatever happened to Chimney Park, were you ever gonna pay that?
Trying to think of Chimney Park.
The ball field there?
On the far east side.
Yeah,
You know, that I don't know. I think those early conditional use grants that were approved for the Parks and Rec Department
right.
may have been open-ended. We've since had a few that were capped at like 3 to 5 years. I think the DDA lot
Right.
was 3 years. The Diamond Valley and maybe Eastman Park I think we may have made the last recommendation based on budgetary, whenever the budget allows, they would be paved. But like Sandy referred to with the code update that's coming, we plan to address natural areas differently than other park sites. So in some park sites, like say Eastman Park with the soccer fields, it's appropriate to have a finished
Right.
parking lot, but in this case where it's more of a natural area and will be unimproved, we didn't want the impervious surface for the sake of
Yeah.
just having impervious surface.
I just see that as a problem, is that we've had it before where we're not taking care of our parking lots, but we're requiring a commercial building to do it, and we're going, wait a minute.
Right. In most cases, I think the finished parking lot is still will probably still be the requirement, but there are certain natural areas and things like that that we'd
Right.
want to
Okay.
consider.
Thanks, Scott.
Anything else, Mr.
Oh, I'm
Okay,
good.
Kelly?
Nope, nothing.
Mr. Dennison? Nope. Communications from our town board liaison. David?
I guess I'd like to highlight two work sessions coming up you may all be interested in attending. March 2nd, 6 PM at the Town Hall is Parks Rec strategic plan, but also a discussion about oil and gas location requirements, touching on whether there should be prohibitions in various zoned areas or not. And also on March 16th, 6 PM, there was a work session talking about land use code updates. And I imagine,
That's the one I was just referring to.
Okay.
so March 2nd, oil and gas location, March 16th, land use code. Thank you.
Anything else? Anything else, David?
No, thank you.
Thank you. Communication from staff. Carla?
Yes, Chairman Schick and Commissioners. So next Monday night, February 24th, staff will be proposing a change to our sign posting requirements. So currently, planning and engineering staff rely on the Public Works Department to post these very large public hearing signs. We need to also keep a good inventory of those signs, and we've been running low on them. They either disappear or sometimes it's problematic to get staff out there because Public Works is extremely busy, and rather than use up staff time and risk having an error with sign posting, we're proposing changing the code to put that on the applicant, so they would have certain specs for the signs. They could order a temporary sign from a sign company in this area, and they would post that sign instead of staff. So that's one of the items that will be discussed on Monday night.
Okay.
That's 6 o'clock. What time is that?
No, that's at the regular meeting.
Oh,
The 6 o'clock will be the Transportation Master Plan.
okay.
Okay, anything else, Carla?
That's all?
Okay. Sandy, you have anything?
No, that's
Scott?
I think now we've covered just about everything I already had. Yeah, Monday night's the Transportation Master Plan draft, work session with the town board. Last work session before scheduling for consideration. And then, as Carlin mentioned, the sign posting, it's similar to what the other jurisdictions are going to. We actually have specs for the temporary signs. The applicants can go to one of our local sign companies and have a sign made for $60 and post that on the property. It's just been kind of a drain on staff time and resources, as well as having to go out and purchase more metal signs and find places to store them at Public Works and things like that. I think this would be a more efficient
And just keep a
process.
couple in the back of your vehicle, you know? It's like for sale signs. Never know when you need one.
That's happened before, so it's not a unique concept. But no, I hope to see at the upcoming work sessions, the one that Mr. Sazowski referred to as the larger code, land use code updates.
Okay. Okay,
That's all I have.
that's all you have? And the boss lady, do you have anything? We're good?
Nothing.
Move to adjourn.
We are adjourned.